It started as a sound, faint, distant, and wrong. Emily Greer first heard it on a rainy night in late November, just after she moved into her rental house on the edge of Wilmington, North Carolina. She'd been unpacking boxes when the noise came from the woods behind her backyard, the thin, high-pitched cry of a baby. It wasn't steady. It stopped, started, and wavered, like someone imitating a baby, but not quite getting it right. Emily froze, listening. Her nearest neighbor was half a mile away. The woods beyond her fence were dense and dark. The crying stopped. A minute later, it started again, closer this time, and louder. Emily told herself it had to be an animal. Foxes, maybe. People online said they could sound like babies crying. Still, something about it felt human. She turned on her porch light and stepped outside, shivering in her sweatshirt. "Hello?" she called out, scanning the trees. The crying stopped instantly. Only the rain answered. She stood there a few seconds longer, then went back inside, locking the door. But the moment she turned off the light, the crying started again, muffled now, like it was coming from beneath the porch. She didn't sleep that night. The sound went on until dawn, fading just before the first bird calls. By morning, she decided to check under the porch. She crouched down with a flashlight and peered into the damp crawl space. Nothing. No animals, no tracks, no sign of anything alive. Still, she couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. That afternoon, she mentioned it to her neighbor, Mrs. Connolly, a woman in her 70s who'd lived in the area her whole life. The old woman's face went pale. "You heard the crying?" she whispered. "Oh, honey, you should never go looking for that." Emily frowned. "What do you mean?" Mrs. Connolly just shook her head. "It's been here since before I was born. Always after dark. Always near the river." That night, Emily tried to ignore it. She put on music, turned up the TV, anything to drown out the noise she feared was coming. But at 11:47 p.m. she heard it again. Louder. Closer. This time it wasn't outside. It was coming from inside the house. Her stomach twisted. The sound was faint but distinct. A baby crying from somewhere below the floorboards. She grabbed her phone, turned on the flashlight, and followed the sound to the hallway vent. The crying stopped. She bent closer, trembling. A small puff of warm air brushed her face, followed by a single, soft hiccup. She screamed and stumbled back, knocking over a lamp. When she looked again, there was only silence. Emily called a local handyman the next morning, claiming she heard an animal in the ducts. He spent hours checking every vent, every crawl space, every pipe. "Nothing down there," he said finally. "Place is clean, but," he hesitated, "your furnace room's weird. Looks like somebody sealed off part of it. New drywall behind the water heater. You want me to check it?" Emily nodded. When he cut through the drywall, a rush of cold, stale air filled the room. Behind the wall was a small, bricked-off chamber, no bigger than a closet. On the dirt floor lay a rusted metal crib, empty except for a single moldy baby blanket. That night, the crying started again, louder than ever, echoing through the vents like it was trapped inside the walls. Emily covered her ears, sobbing. Then she heard something else, a whisper, soft but clear. "Where's my baby?" The voice came from the furnace room. Her flashlight flickered as she crept toward the sound. The air turned colder, her breath visible in the beam. The baby's cry rose, desperate now, overlapping with the voice. "Please," it moaned, "give him back." A floor beneath her creaked. From the vent near her feet, something wet dripped onto her sock. Thick, dark, and warm. Emily ran out of the house and didn't return until morning. The police found her front door open, the furnace room light still on, and muddy footprints leading from the crawl space to the hall. They searched the brick chamber again and found something new. A small porcelain rattle lying beside the crib, clean and white as if placed there minutes ago. Emily moved out that day. The landlord never found another tenant. But neighbors still say that when it rains, if you walk past that house around midnight, you'll hear it. The faint cry of a baby beneath the porch, and a woman's voice, weeping softly, asking, "Have you seen my child?"